that you obviously obviously a fan. You're obvious. I can't say obviously.
What just happened?
What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another weekend vlog, week 28. I know that I started last week's vlog off with a topic on Game of Thrones, but as it's the very last one, I feel that we should start this one off. Right, so as you know, the finale happened on Monday. There was no leaks or anything like that, or if there was, I didn't know about it. And it turns out that the way that Daenerys and Jon Snow were looking at each other, that they wanted to, you know, boink boink, and they did. You know, the spoilers, you've had a week to watch it, so if this is a spoiler for you, then you should have been a bit quicker. But I do feel as though that, I'm not even gonna say that was a highlight, but I feel that the producers were using that as the highlight, other than the big dragon flying and like blasting the wall. It just seems a bit lackluster. Game of Thrones tend to do this in their series, where they'll have a really epic scene like we did last time with the White Walkers coming over and they're on the ice bank and the dragon comes, the dragon gets killed and all of that sort of thing. So then they put one on afterwards and it's literally just filler with a tiny little bit of action, and then filler making you like, oh cool, what's gonna happen next? But they should have that if they're bringing out the next series like in a couple of months, not 19 months, which is what I've heard it's gonna take until they have the new series of Game of Thrones. So they done it with the Red Wedding as well. Like the whole wedding, everyone got murdered, and you know, it was really tragic, and it was the perfect finale. Although it was gruesome, it was the perfect finale. But then they had one more episode, which was the finale, which just again was lackluster. And it's like, I don't know whether they're doing it on purpose. I mean, please leave a comment down below if you know why they do this, or if you actually disagree with what I'm saying. But I feel that a finale should be, whoa, I can't wait. I'll wait 19 months to watch that again. Do you know what I mean? And if it wasn't for, like, obviously you getting this far in Game of Thrones, you're obviously a fan of Game of Thrones, so you know you're gonna watch it when it comes out in 19 months time. But it's not the point. Like, it's just weird. It's like me structuring a pre-chorus before the chorus and then just putting a verse there and leaving the chorus out. Do you know what I mean? Like in music, that is. So yeah, I was a little bit disappointed, not massively, because it was still good. It just wasn't a finale sort of content for my liking. But not all was lost, because I didn't have to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning and watch it before I went to work, because it was Bank Holiday Monday. I'm guessing that for a few people that may watch this in America or overseas, that, you know, you probably won't have bank holidays on the same days as us, if you have them at all. I don't know. Again, leave in the comments if you do have bank holidays, because I'm pretty sure it's only a European thing, if not British. So Bank Holiday Monday, I watched that, and then I get a phone call from my partner Hannah, and she says, oh, we've been invited out for lunch. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So Hannah's parents had invited us out for lunch, so we went out and I had this burger, and it was called the Elvis burger. Now, I wasn't quite sure why it was called the Elvis burger until it come out. And I'll just tell you the ingredients, right? So you've got the normal burger patty, and then you had this like peanut and strawberry jam sauce all over the burger. Like, it was like a brown sauce, but it was fantastic. The taste of it was just electric, and it had a bit of like chili in it as well, just to give it a bit of heat. So once I finished eating that burger, and I don't know why restaurants, they just do really puny portions of chips when, you know, they're cheap. Chips are cheap. Just gives a few extra, yeah? Grown man. That aside, I'm kind of glad that they only gave me a small portion of chips, because the burger was actually really filling, and with the peanut butter and jam sauce that was on top of it, and it had like bacon in there as well, I was well and truly full. So as you say, oh, I'm full, I can't eat anymore, you know, like your kids do, but you always leave that 10% for pudding, no matter what. Like, oh, actually, yeah, I could eat pudding, even though, oh, I'm really full, but I can eat pudding still. So me and Hannah, we looked at the menu, and we saw on this thing the sharing ice cream, and it literally had sweets, bubblegum ice cream, and normal ice cream, cream, popping candy, and was like, yes. Anyway, this is what it looked like.
So, boom, it's like a before and after.
That's what's left of it. It's a main thing.
Oh, it smells nice.
Where's the sheet on it? It's in there, isn't it?
That's not that one.
Yeah, but it's similar.
It's not the picture, isn't even on there. But it was huge.
As you're fully aware, I do like to make my own music for these videos, and I usually post the music up separately to these videos so that you guys can actually just listen to that rather than me talking all over it. So I put the link to this beat that's playing in the background down below, but you also get a little sneak preview now. And what I'm doing with these is I'm putting them into a playlist. Now, unless they get sold, unless people want to buy the rights out completely, then they will be up here for you to download so that you can use them in your videos, and there will be no like copyrights. I'm not going to claim money off of your videos, so you get to use the same music that I use, because obviously I make it in your videos free of charge, and just so long as you don't then try and pass it off as your music, you know, everything's dandy. So also there's a link down below for that playlist called No Copyrights Playlist, and each week hopefully I will be uploading new beats to it regularly. So if there's any producers out there that would also like their music to be featured out there, then by all means just contact me here, and we can work out something of how we go about you putting that into the playlist as well. So that aside, the summer holidays for children has come to an end, or for some this is the last weekend before they have to go back to school. That was my understanding. So me having this week off, I was spending a bit of time with Harley, and I find out that he goes back to school on Friday, which is just gone because it's Saturday today, and I couldn't work out why. What's the point for one day going to school? Like, what, starting a whole new year that one day and then having the weekend off and then going back? I couldn't work it out. So either way, he went to school because obviously by law you have to go to school. There's no reason for you not to, just because it's inconvenient being a one-day week and then having the weekend off. You know, that's not how it goes. So I took Harley into school, got him there on time, which was, you know, easy. I like to run things by schedule. We got all that out of the way, the dropping off and picking up of school, and whilst in between that I visited Hannah because I had the day off and she was at work, and I managed to get this CD for 50p. 50p, look. It's the Wu-Tang Forever. Wow, 50p. I mean, I'm gonna have that. Moving off the adventures that I've had this week and stuff, Does anyone have any idea of how good the new Call of Duty is? The World War II, I believe it's called. I've heard many things from many different people, and it's very mixed reviews. I've heard that there's no players running around on the walls or flying over you with jetpacks and stuff like that. You've got the old World War II or World War I weaponry. So you know, you've got the M1 back, I've heard, which was beast in World War I, and also the game mechanics seem to be a lot better in regards to the animations of shoot to hit, because in a lot of Call of Duties you shoot, and no matter how good your internet is, it would always seem like there was latency. Like you would shoot and it would hit just past them, but then it would hit them, and you know, the animation's got to be perfect, especially the amount of money that they make from the game. They should at least make the animations of it, like stop all this flying around business with jetpacks and stuff, and actually work on the animation itself. And I mean, the graphics are 10 times better, like from what I've seen on streamers on Twitch and stuff like that. That is all from me this week. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it so that you get notified every time that I put a video up. Until next time, I'll see you later.